I'm Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now for August 9th, 2022. A lot going on the last couple of days. Before I say anything else, I just want to point out that my wardrobe, my attire on this program, usually I'm wearing a shirt that should have a tie with it, and a lot of times it's late in the day, so I've already been to court or something if I have court, and so I will not necessarily have the tie on itself. I would sometimes or more often than others wear just a plain, I'll wear like a university t-shirt or something in off hours, because all of the t-shirts that I have say something. It's either a university or college, because I collected those, um, or a Major League Baseball franchise, or a minor league baseball franchise, or some kind of saying or slogan. But when you got a franchise on that's like trademarked, copyrighted, all that stuff, can't use that. So I've got to. So I wear shirts like I'm wearing right now, and it might look like it's a little bit rumpled, but it's been hot here the last couple of weeks. Today, not so much. I've got the fan on, but I'm going to. I'm just explaining my wardrobe on set. The costume department here is rather extensive, so it takes a while for me to get an appointment with them. Uh, Anyways, the last couple of days have had a lot of events, primarily officers of the Federal Bureau, and actually they're special agents, Federal Bureau of Investigation, executed a search warrant on Mar-a-Lago for documents that Trump had taken down there after he left office. I mean, took the documents with him. Now, there's a statute that prevents that. And it applies to presidents, because it happened in 1974 that Richard Nixon was allowed to take documents with him from the White House after he resigned. That he felt, it turned out a lot of people thought the ones that he took, nobody ever saw again, were meant to make him look better in history, but that's not like why people are supposed to keep or dispose of documents. So that's a crime. You can't do that. People were outraged, saying this is an attack on the Republic. No, it's not. An attack on the Republic was those bozos going in the Capitol building on January 6, 2021. Instead, this is showing that somebody's not above the law. So, that being said, the way that will play out will be interesting. He's got a whole bunch of places where he can be prosecuted. Federal, certainly, states. And the irony is, people are talking about this might just galvanize him, so he decides to run for president of the United States again. If they've got everything set up the way they want to cheat, that's how they got the office in 2016, we might never, once Trump would get elected that way, which would mean with a minority of the votes, we'll never have another free election again. So there are a lot of things going on right now. That's very distasteful. Full disclosure, I'm the Republican Party nominee for Indiana House seat 86 here in Indiana. I am pro-choice, pro-environment, anti-gun, anti-war, pro-separation church and state, all those things. In fact, you look at a checklist of what most MAGA people would say are their issues, and I come down on the opposite. So that's kind of like, I think that we need to, it's like this. About 2005 or so, after they figured out a strategy of how to take over the Republican Party, they viewed, and I say they as the right wing, viewed, it's like a street. You got two buildings at either end. And they both got shopping and multiple use facilities, and one starts to empty out. These people figure they can take over that house. And then they can control the traffic on their end of the street. Not only that, they can make it so people are scared of going into that other house. And then they'll start making that other house pay tribute to them. That's kind of what happened with the Republican Party here in Indiana and in other states. This is not something that people should celebrate as an ideology ascendant. These are very craven, cold people who wanted to take over the Republican Party, historically a progressive party, and advance their own peculiar causes, including having a theocracy here. So things are more complicated at times. I'm Mark Smalls. This is Civil Discourse Now, August 9, 2022. Live long, happy, all sorts of good things. And let's see.